The average new home buyer in America pays around $2,200 a month, every month, for 30 years. The Tesla tiny house costs $7,999 once. That is not a typo. Over the next few minutes, we are going to put these two side by side and run the real numbers, round by round, like a fight. Upfront cost, monthly cost, maintenance, land, the lifetime total, and the lifestyle trade-offs nobody wants to admit. Each round gets a winner. One thing before the bell. Tesla has not officially confirmed this house as a product, and we will deal with that honestly at the end. But every number here is real, because the mortgage side is what Americans pay today, and the house side is built from technology Tesla already sells. So let the rounds begin. The upfront cost. This is the round that started the whole argument. A traditional home, at the current median price, runs around $429,000. To get the keys, you need a down payment, and the standard is 20%. On that median home, 20% is roughly $86,000 in cash, up front, before you have paid a single mortgage bill. For most people under 40, that number alone is the wall. It is more money than they have ever had in one place, and it is the single biggest reason an entire generation has been locked out of owning anything. Saving that down payment while also paying rent that keeps rising has become a treadmill that millions of people simply cannot get off. By the time they save enough, prices have climbed again, and the target moves further away. The Tesla tiny house asks for $7,999 total, not a down payment, the whole price. You could put it on a decent used car loan. You could save it in a year on an ordinary income. The down payment on the mortgage is more than 10 times the entire cost of the house. Read that again, because it is the heart of the whole video. The deposit alone, the money you have not even started living in yet, is 10 houses worth of tiny home. It is not close. The first round goes to the Tesla house, and it goes decisively. But the upfront cost was always the tiny house's round to win. The real test starts the moment the mortgage gets to throw its first real punch, and that is coming sooner than you would think. The monthly cost. Here's where people expect the mortgage to get destroyed, and it mostly does, but pay attention to the catch at the end. That median mortgage, at today's interest rate of around 6.5% on a 30-year loan, costs somewhere between $2,100 and $2,300 a month in principal and interest alone. Add property taxes and insurance, which you cannot escape, and the real monthly number climbs higher still. That payment does not end next year. It runs for 360 consecutive months. 3 decades of handing over a quarter of a typical family's income before tax every single month. In good years and bad, whether you keep your job or lose it. Miss enough of those payments and the bank takes the house and everything you have put into it. That pressure, the knowledge that the obligation never pauses, is the part of homeownership the brochures never mention. The Tesla tiny house has no mortgage because you owned it outright the day it arrived on the truck. Its monthly cost is close to nothing. The solar panels and the Powerwall-style battery are designed to run the home off the grid in good conditions, which means in the right location your electricity bill can drop towards zero. No principal, no interest, no bank holding the keys to your life. Whatever happens to your income, the roof over your head is already paid for. So the monthly round looks like a massacre, $2,000+ against almost nothing, and it goes to the Tesla house. But there is an asterisk on this one, and we will come back to it in round 5. That $2,000 payment is buying you an appreciating asset on land you own, while the tiny house, like a car, may lose value the moment it leaves the lot. Hold that thought because it becomes the whole battle later. Maintenance and running costs. This round is quieter, and it surprises people. A traditional home is a maintenance machine that never stops asking for money. The general rule of thumb is that you should budget 1 to 4% of the home's value every year just for upkeep. On a $400,000 house, that is $4,000 to $16,000 a year, forever. Roof, HVAC, plumbing, foundation, water heater. The bigger the house, the bigger the bills, and every system in it is one failure away from a 5-figure surprise. The Tesla tiny house is roughly 280 square feet of factory-built, sealed, modular construction with far fewer systems to break. Less roof, less plumbing, fewer square feet to heat and cool, and an energy system designed to monitor and manage itself automatically. There is simply less house to go wrong. But the mortgage scores a point here, even in defeat. A conventional home, when something breaks, can be fixed by any contractor in any town. A factory-built modular unit with proprietary Tesla components could be harder and costlier to repair if a specialized part fails, because you cannot always call the local handyman for that. It is a smaller point, but it is real. Even so, the maintenance round goes to the Tesla house. That is 3 rounds to nothing. If you stopped the video here, it would look like a blowout. So now we hand the mortgage its best shot, because the next 2 rounds are the only ones it can actually win. The land problem. This is where it gets complicated, and this is where the tiny house stumbles. The $7,999 price buys you a house. It does not buy you anywhere to put it. And land, especially anywhere near a city with jobs, is expensive, sometimes more expensive than the structure that sits on it. A buildable lot can run tens of thousands of dollars on the low end and far more in any desirable area. You also need permits, a foundation or pad, water, sewer or septic, and a power hookup if you are not fully off-grid. Those costs are real, and they are the thing tiny house enthusiasts conveniently skip past. The traditional mortgage, for all its weight, bundles the land into the deal. Your $400,000 buys the house and the ground under it, with the utilities already connected and the permits already settled. It is a complete move-in package, and that convenience is worth something. So this round goes the other way, and it goes clean. The land question is the single biggest weakness in the entire tiny house argument, and the mortgage takes it. Except even this has a counter, and it is a documented one. Multiple states and counties already give land away. Kansas, Iowa, and several Midwestern towns have offered free building plots for years to attract residents to areas losing population. The land problem is real, but it is not unsolvable. And that gap is exactly the kind of thing a company deploying housing at scale could close. Still, as things stand today, the mortgage wins this one outright. The asset argument. This is the mortgage's strongest punch, the one its defenders have been waiting to throw. When you pay off a house over 30 years, you usually end up owning something that is worth more than you paid, because real estate, over the long run, tends to appreciate. That $400,000 home could be worth far more decades later, and every mortgage payment was secretly building equity, a forced savings account with a roof on it. A tiny house, critics argue, behaves more like a vehicle. It may depreciate, lose value over time, and leave you with little to sell. That is a genuinely strong argument, and on the surface, it wins the round for the mortgage. But watch what happens when you actually run the 30-year total, because this is where the fight turns. The mortgage takes this round on paper. Now keep watching, because the scoreboard is about to collide with one number that changes everything. The knockout round, the 30-year total. Here's the number nobody puts on the brochure. When you borrow around $340,000 to buy a median home and pay it back over 30 years at today's interest rate, you do not pay back $340,000. By the time the loan is finished, between principal and interest, you will have handed the bank somewhere in the range of $750,000. On many loans, you pay nearly the entire price of the house a second time, purely in interest. The house cost $400,000. You paid closer to double. Now add it all up over those same 30 years, the mortgage payments, the property taxes that never stop, the insurance, the 1 to 4% in annual maintenance, the interest that quietly doubled the price. A traditional home does not cost $400,000. Across its real lifetime, it costs the better part of $1 million. The Tesla tiny house across that same 30 years cost you $7,999 plus land, plus minimal upkeep, plus an electricity bill the solar system is built to erase. Even if you are generous and add $50,000 for land and setup, you are comparing roughly $60,000 against the better part of $1 million. Yes, the mortgage leaves you with an asset at the end, but the asset argument only works if the gap in what you spent is smaller than the value of what you own. When the gap is more than $700,000, the math stops being close. Here's the move that ends the argument. Take the difference between the 2 monthly costs, the $2,000 a month you are not paying to a bank, and invest it instead. Put that money into a simple index fund every month for 30 years, and at historical market returns, it does not grow into $700,000. It grows into something closer to $2 million. You could buy the tiny house, buy the land, invest the entire difference, and walk away decades later with more wealth than the homeowner's paid-off house will ever be worth. The mortgage's one winning argument, the asset at the end, gets beaten by the tiny house owner's own asset, built quietly out of the money the bank never got. The knockout round goes to the Tesla house, and it goes decisively. The round nobody wins, lifestyle. Numbers are not everything, and this is the round where honesty matters more than scoring. A 400-square-foot life is not for everyone. A growing family needs room. Some people would feel trapped in 280 square feet, and no spreadsheet changes that. The mortgage, for all its cost, buys space, stability, a school district, a neighborhood, a permanent address that a bank and an employer and a community recognize. Those things are real, and they are part of why people sign up for 3 decades of payments without blinking. But the tiny house answers with something the mortgage cannot offer: freedom. No 30-year obligation hanging over every career decision. No fear that one layoff ends everything. The ability to own your home outright in your 20s instead of your 60s. And in the version of the concept that expands, modular rooms you can add as your life grows, so the home you buy at 25 becomes the home you retire in without ever moving again. This round has no winner because it is the one round that depends entirely on who you are. That is the honest answer, and it is the reason this comparison is a real choice and not a trick. The catch. Now the part we promised to be straight about. Tesla has not officially confirmed the $7,999 Tesla tiny house as a product you can order today. The viral version of it is a concept, but almost everything it is built from already exists and is on sale right now. Tesla solar panels are real. The Powerwall battery is real. The automated gigafactory manufacturing that drove the price of a Tesla car from over $100,000 down to under $40,000 is real. And the prefabricated house Elon Musk actually chose to live in instead of his $100 million property portfolio is real. A roughly $50,000 factory-built unit near his Texas launch site. So the only thing standing between the concept and your driveway is price. And Tesla's entire history is the story of driving prices down through factory scale. The technology is here. The demand, with a median home now costing more than $400,000, is overwhelming. The product is the only piece missing. The tiny house takes upfront cost, monthly cost, maintenance, and the 30-year total. The mortgage wins land in the asset argument. But once you count the $750,000 a mortgage really costs in interest, the title stops being a question. Would you take the $7,000 house and the freedom, or the mortgage and the asset? Tell us in the comments and subscribe for more.